Hello, it's the end of November, it's pretty cold. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be putting this lawn to bed, so I'm going to be showing you some things that we're going to do mechanically and product wise to get this looking good for the rest of the year, and then when we come to next year it can get up and away without too much aggro. So let's get cracking. Alright, so we just have our customary walk over. We can see it's looking lovely and green. The autumn punch we put on a few weeks ago is really kicking in now, really giving us that lovely deep green colour thanks to the magnesium. Now you might think it's looking a bit patchy. Now that's not patchy because it's disease or anything like that. That is where all the seed washed together, so it's a bit thicker there than it should be. So you can see like there's not that much, so all the grasses are a lot freer to grow, but here there's a bit of a clump, so there's too much grass in there. So what we're going to be doing today mechanically is thinning this lawn out with the INHIBIT scarifying attachment, so then that will help keep disease at bay, and then we'll be putting a concoction of products on, just gives a nice colour for the rest of the year. Right, so we've just got the INHIBIT out, I've put the scarifying attachment in, so what I want to do is, we're doing this because I really want to get into that growth that we've just looked at and really thin that out, because what's going to happen is if we don't, that's going to get disease because it's just too thick and there's just too much going on. And also there's just a bit of leaves on the surface as well, a few other bits and pieces which we want to pick up as well. So we're going to do a clean sweep and get everything nice and clean, ready for the product application. Okay, so for those of you who have never seen the INHIBIT scarifying attachment before, this is it. We have these steel prongs on the end of the plastic things here. There's a gap, and then behind there's one filling in, so that means we have 100% coverage across, and this spins round really fast and this rips out all the thatch in the grass, meaning we're going to thin it out, which is what we want. So I've gone for this over the vertical tin attachment today for that reason, in that we've got 100% coverage, whereas the vertical tin attachment has gaps and anything in between those gets missed. So I really want to go to town on this today and do a good job and really thin it out. So let's get cracking. Alright, so that looks really good, doesn't it? So what happens is that we've groomed it, all the grasses are facing in the right direction, whereas before they're all seem to be tangled up and stuck together, whereas now we've really got that definition. Let's just have a look in the box. You'll be surprised how much has come out. Look at all that slime in there. It's just thick, it's really heavy, you squeeze it, it sticks together. That was in the lawn, so again, I always say it, that's going to be a good thing that we've got all this out. I mean, look at all that, it's just awful stuff. Yeah, so let's just have a closer look at the grass now. You can see it's quite long actually. So what we'll do now is we'll get the rotary out, and because it's really flat, because it's really wet, we're not going to cut it the same way. What I'll do is I'll cut it, we'll go in this way now, obviously, as I've just seen. So what I'll do now is go up and down the lawn like this way, and then we'll cut all this long growth away, because if we just went over it the same way, we're just going to flatten it down even more and the mower's not going to touch it. So we'll go and get that sorted, and we'll see you back in a sec. Okay, so I've just done a test run here. I started on number 3 on the hater, but it wasn't just quite taking enough off, so I dropped it down to 2, and I'm happy with that, so I'll continue on 2. So let's get the rest of the lawn done. I just wanted to let you in on a little tip. When you're starting your rotary mower, if you've got a rotary mower, always lift the mower towards you, because when you start the blade, if it's on the ground, it digs in to the grass and creates a ring. So just lifting it towards you and then starting it, letting the blade start and then lowering it down stops it happening. So I just wanted to share that with you. Alright, that's the rotary cut done. What I'm going to do now is, just because we've took a lot off with the rotary and it's wet, we run the risk of them tips drying white with like a white hue on it. It looks pretty unsightly. So what I'm going to do is go back on with the cylinder mower, just in the other direction which we scarified in, and clean off those tips, and they'll be lovely and green and not with those white hue on. So let's get to it. Okay, so that's looking spot on. So what we're going to do now is get the products out, stick those on, and then that's this lawn put to bed for the winter. I think weather's still mild, even though we can see our breath, it's still pretty mild and it is still growing a little bit, but I've not cut this lawn now for 2 weeks, so I think we should be okay, because by the time we get to middle of December, I think the temperatures are going to be like 2-3 degrees and we shouldn't be getting much growth. So let's go and get those products sorted, get them on, and then I can get out of here. Now remember, the difference between a good job and a great job is in the tidying up. So I'm just going to give this grass that is all stuck to the flags a bit of a blow off, and then we can crack on with spraying the products. Now, because we're going to be spraying an iron-based fertiliser in the Galactic, I don't want to run the risk of getting any on these pavers, because he'd go absolutely mad, because he's very, very particular about things. So many people wouldn't notice, but he would. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to protect myself by any spraying. I shouldn't get any really, but it's just belt and braces. It's not that windy, if any at all, so we should be fine. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-wet these flags, so any iron that does get on is instantly diluted. And then once we've finished, we'll do the same again, and that should eliminate the risk of any stains. Took 5 seconds, but could save the day. If we did get stains on it, 5 seconds could become me having to take all these flags up, replace them, redo them, which is time and money, which I don't really want to spend on something that I could avoid. So it's avoided. So we're just getting our products ready. What I'm putting on today is ORB-IT, GMS67, Galactic Green and Steller Bio Boost. All these products mixed together will give us a complete package of nutrition from tip of the plant to the root of the plant. So the ORB-IT will be a carbohydrate boost, which is the plant's natural preferred source of food, along with the beeswax extract in there, which is going to help with photosynthesis. And then we've got the GMS67, which is going to give us a nice hit of nitrogen with the calcium attached to it, which is going to give us our cell wall strength for the winter. Also going in is the Steller Bio Boost, which is going to help our rooting over the winter. So the last two products that are going in are Galactic Green and Grace. The Galactic Green is going to give us a nice green colour from the iron content, and the Grace is going to give us a vitamin package, which is going to get rid of any free radicals knocking about the plant. So what we do is, first of all, we put the water in halfway up the tank, and then we mix the products together. All the products can be tank mixed, and then we pour them in the tank, and then we pour the remaining amount of water that we've got left into the tank, put the lid on, give it a shake, and we're ready to spray. Alright, so that's another video done and dusted. Hope you've enjoyed this one on how to put your lawn to bed for the winter. What have we done today? We give it a scarify, we've cut it twice, we've put some GMS67 on, we've put Galactic Green on, we've put Steller Bio Boost on, and we've put some Grace on as well. So that's going to keep us going until the new year, and then in the spring, just before the start of the spring really, we're going to be going on with our Rise and Shine, getting it ready for scarifying and overseeding, etc, etc. So let me know in the comments if you think I've done the right thing today. Would you do what I've done? Have I made a mess? I don't think I have, but you might think so. Your lawn might be different. If you went on your lawn and did this, it might make a mess, but I think I've got away with it today. What other things can we be doing at this time of year to keep our lawns in tip-top condition? You can keep the leaves off for one, keep the moss under control with an iron-based product like INHIBIT say. I'm not opposed to you aerating. You can do it if you want. I've got bad hip, bad back, bad knee, bad everything. 25 years taking its toll, so I don't want to do that. Do it Christmas Day if you want. Build up an appetite for your Christmas dinner and then burn off those calories from all the chocolate we all eat. So I've got a few more videos lined up for before Christmas. Hopefully I'll get on with those if the weather holds, but if not, it'll be next year. But I'm convinced I'll be able to do it this year. So until then, take care until we'll be doing something else lawn related.